small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
Fellas, I feel this is my lucky day.
Brilliant.
As I get back to the right screen, hey, welcome to another episode of Rankum. It's going to be a fun one day. We're talking about sports movies of the 2000s, and I've got a great bunch of people here who all know each other. But over here we've got JPO. JPO, how's it going?
I don't know who this Jacob guy is. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Oh, is that a future reference? And we'll find out. Stick around. Stay right here on Rankum.
Also, we've got Jacob Barber. Jacob, how's it going?
What's up?
Oh, again, all night.
But how Rankum works is we're going to go around and nominate and move people along for the top sports of the 2000s list, and then everyone else will say yes or no to it. And if it gets a majority of yeses, which in this case it is like two people, one other person agrees, then it will make the list. And then at the end, once we get a short list of 12, we all rank the list. But JP, we're going to go to you first. What's the first movie you're going to bring up?
Let's go to one of the greatest performances of the decade, of the greatest sport of all time, The Wrestler, starring Mickey Rourke. It is the movie that brought back Mickey Rourke into the forefront. It didn't last long, but that was because of his other choices. But this movie is a banger. It's beautiful. It's sad. It's also hopeful in some weird ways. He's an aging wrestler, past his prime. Probably should be retired. But here's the thing: he's a bit of a fuck up. He has a really torn relationship with Evan Rachel Wood. There's some beautiful dialogue there. His relationship with Marissa Tomei's not going the way he wants. Where there's one place where he's good, and that's in the ring. Ram Jam, baby.
But Jacob, what do you say about The Wrestler?
Yeah, this is top 12 sports movies, not top 12 sports entertainment movies. No, this is a fantastic movie. This is a no-brainer. Everything that JPO said, I agree with 100%. Yeah, the performances are great. It's a sad movie. That ending, when he's going off the top rope, you don't know what happens after that. Choose your own adventure. I think it's
He's
great.
dead.
Yeah, choose your own afterlife adventure.
Yeah.
No, it's fantastic. So absolutely.
Yeah, The Wrestler is an easiest for me as well. Like, I think it's a really good movie. And yeah, it's just one of those ones like, especially like Mickey Rourke's been making villains recently. Like he recently appeared on Celebrity Big Brother at one point, but I think he was good in The Wrestler. But I think so I'm gonna go. So yes, to me, The Wrestler is gonna make the list. Jacob was the first.
I like the show, Big Brother.
I think I'll just let you guys pick the obvious movies, and I'm just going to go with movies that I love. Speed Racer is a movie that I personally enjoy. Futuristic racing still counts. Auto racing is a sport, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't believe it, ask a driver if they and they'll let you know. Yeah, obviously it's a retelling of the classic cartoon series. I think you got good performances here. I think John Goodman absolutely crushes it. The racing scenes I think are all fantastic, and it's just I might be higher up on it than most people. I get that. I understand that. If it doesn't make the list, that's fine. I just want to show some love to Speed Racer.
Yeah, this is definitely an interesting one. But yeah, I do really like. I do quite like Speed Racer. I think it's pretty good. And yeah, I'm gonna give it I'm going to give it a slight yes because I do like it enough, and I do think it's good. But yeah, JP, what would you say about Speed Racer?
I probably would have said no, but if it's cool.
But if that Speed Racer is going to make the list, it comes on to
Yeah.
me. But it's on to me. I'm going to bring up a movie that I don't know how this is going to go honestly, but I'm going to try for it anyway. But I'm bringing up a movie called Invictus, starring Matt Damon and Morgan Freeman. It's a really good movie, and it's one of those ones that's got a little bit of a connection to me because it's about like New Zealand features in it too. But it's basically about the South African World Cup, and it's just a really good rugby movie. I think is one of those ones. I think it gets the sport right, and yeah, it's just a really good story. But JB, what do you say about Invictus?
I do like the movie. Yeah, it's a good Clint Eastwood point. And also, I'm a Matty D guy. It's unfortunately a little bit outside of my list, especially now that Speed Racer's in there. So I have to give it a no personally.
Jacob, what do you say about Invictus?
Unfortunately, I have not seen it.
Unfortunately, it's not going to make the list. JP, we're going to go to you next. Back to you.
All right. I feel like this would be an easy yes. Strong side, left side, yada yada. Remember the tie-ins from good old Denzel Washington, a movie that I got sick of for a little bit just because I feel like it was a movie they kept showing us in like middle school all the time. Like, get it, be nice to everyone. I get it. I am nice to everyone. I also love the fact that who's the first nice guy? The fat kid, Ethan Suplee. He's the least racist out of all of them. He doesn't even give a shit. He just wants to play ball, and I relate to that. Not that I want to play ball, but that I like everybody. So remember the times, great Denzel, great side performances. Donald Faison, the young Ryan Gosling. Yeah, let's get it in.
Um, Jacob, what do you say about Remember the Titans?
I remember them, even if some people don't. Actually, I didn't remember them because when I was making the list, I was just on Letterbox going through the decade, and apparently I didn't have this one ranked. Apparently, I forgot the Titans, but I fixed that. I now remember them, and it's a yes. Performances are great. Football kind of takes a backseat, and rightfully so. There's bigger issues that the movie's tackling, but the football scenes are all great. I love the whole camp sequence, just from where they started to where they ended up, and how that translated into the football season. Really well done, Denzel. Shout out. Um, yeah, really really good movie. Shout out to Fat Kids for not being racist.
And
Yeah.
yeah, um, yeah, I do like Remember the Titans. I think it is a pretty good movie. And yeah, I think it's one of those ones that it'll always stand the test of time. And it'll always be a fun running joke on the Schmodown when people don't remember the answer. But Remember the Titans is going to make the list. Jacob, we're going to go back to you.
I'm gonna go to a very similar movie, very similar in theme. We're just gonna switch the sport around. We're gonna go with Glory Road, basketball movie about Texas Western. Um, Don Haskins, basketball coach, and how he, was recruiting these black players, and that was kind of unheard of. And just the journey they go on, in the '60s to compete for a national championship in college basketball when nobody gave them a shot, and just the challenges they had to face. Several great performances. Derek Luke is great. I forget the actress's name, but she played Ashley in The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. She's really good. Basketball
Tatiana
scenes are all,
Ali.
yeah, that's her name. I always forget. Basketball scenes are all well done, and then yeah, that final basketball game where he becomes the first coach to start an all black starting five, and they go on to win. I think very similar to Remember the Titans in theme, and yeah, I think personally just as good, but that just might be my basketball bias.
Yeah, I do quite like Road. I think it. Look, I've never watched a lot of basketball in my life, so but I've watched a lot of basketball movies, weirdly enough, and this is one that I think I I do really enjoy. I think the whole story, the whole underdog story, and all that. I think is it's pretty good. It comes up a lot in sports movies. I've noticed, especially around this era, there seems to be a lot of those underdog sports teams type stories and yeah, it's like a few great performances, but it would have been but it's going to be a yes for me. So Glory Road is going to make the list. JPO, what would you have said about Glory Road?
Sorry, I randomly laughed because I'm looking up chicken tender restaurants, and I thought I found one, but it was Tender Moments, a strip club. Anywho, the other kind of tenders I like.
Yeah.
I was like, "Ooh, Tender Moments, is that on DoorDash?" That's not on DoorDash. I would have said no just because I haven't seen this one actually, so it's one I need to put on the watch list.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, I was worried I'd said something stupid. It was like, and you're,
Yeah, that's why I wanted to explain. Like, I didn't mean to laugh in the middle of anything. I'm literally looking at food, and I found, "Ooh, Tender Moments, that looks delicious." Oh, never mind.
I mean, to be fair, they might sell chicken tenders. You just have to ask.
That's true. I've only been to two strip clubs in my life. Do they have food? Because I've heard some do have like good buffets.
Yeah, uh, but I think Glory Road is going to make the list. It comes back round to me. Um, and I'm going to see how this goes. Which I don't think I have to worry too much about how this goes because I think it, it's going to be knowing the people I've got. It's going to, but I'm going to bring up Ready to Rumble. Um, Look, I think this is a entertaining like wrestling movie. And look, while some people may not think it's a total good movie, I still really love the movie as a goody pleasure. And I think it's a lot of fun. I'm really entertained by this, and it stars the WCW champion David Arquette. But JPO, what do you say about Ready to Rumble?
Oh no, I wasn't gonna bring it up. I really wasn't. I can't say no. All right, I can't be that guy. I'll give it a. You have to put it on the list.
Um, but Jacob, what do you say about Ready to Rumble?
I wasn't gonna bring it up either. As fun as it is it one of the 12 best of the decade? I
It
don't
is
think
now.
so. Is it still a fun watch? Absolutely. Am I upset that it's making the list? Not at all. But yeah, I would have said no.
But um, with that, Ready to Rumble is going to make the list. And we go to JPO. JPO, what is your next movie?
Let's go with actually a recent watch of mine. Speaking of Clint Eastwood from earlier, his other big sports, $1 million baby, with the maybe Hillary Swank's best performance here. She's just a go getter from a small town, looking to make it big, and then some unfortunate stuff happens. So the latter half of the movie is actually not even necessarily about the sport, because it is about the human spirit and who you kind of adopted family is. Sometimes it could be better even than your normal family. Also, Jay Baruchel says some very Taylor things. Uh,
But Jacob, what do you say about $1 Million Baby?
It's another easy yes. Yeah, Clint Eastwood directs this movie extremely well. Hillary Swank, Morgan Freeman, yeah, Jay Baruchel. Anthony Mackie's giving a solid supporting performance. I think the boxing scenes are all well done, and yeah, that later half of the movie where it's just more about the human spirit, like JP was saying. Really good stuff. yeah, really good at mixing the sport with the human element. So yes.
And he forgot that me and Australia are now in daylight savings, so things are an hour later. But we've now got Richie here. Richie,
Well, and Brisbane's the only state, Queensland's the only state in the country that doesn't do it. So I can confirm and refuse. Daylight savings bullshit. I hate it. Hello, I'm here. I'm sorry. Go sports.
it's all good. What do you say about $1 Million Baby?
I say it's a pretty good movie, pretty good boxing movie, and yeah, why not? Yes.
And yeah, I like $1 Million Baby. I think it's a really good movie, and I think Clint Eastwood does a really good job with it. So it's an easy yes for me as well. So it's going to make the list. I'm just putting the other ones at the list for Richie's benefit. And here's which is why I'm vamping a little bit. Just
Yeah, we currently have the wrestlers, Speed Racer, Run of the Times, Glory Road, and Ready to Rumble, and now $1 Million Baby. So we're already halfway done, Richie.
Okay.
You showed up just in time.
but so Richie, what is the, I'll give you 2 picks in a row just so you can catch up. But
Oh, thank you, Malcolm. That is nice of you. Hang
Wow,
on.
we're rewarding lateness. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I guess it has to be late.
I'm being fair.
No, what
Yeah,
is
yeah,
it?
it is absolutely fair. I agree.
When I'm late for work, they don't let me,
So, do you have? Oh, hang on. Here we go. All right. I see it in the chat now. I see it in the chat. Cool bean. All right. I will bring up a movie that kind of was the elevated this person into stardom. I would argue. You people call it soccer, but I'll call it better like Beckham. Yeah. And I think it's a pretty fun movie here. And yeah, it's a charm movie. Made a star of Keira Knightley. So yeah, my pick, Bennett like Beckham. There you
And yeah, I really like Bend It Like Beckham. I think it's I don't. It's one of those ones that it doesn't get talked about a lot, but I think it's really good, and I think it's just one that I'll always go back to every now and then. So yeah, it's an easy for me. JPO, what do you say about Bend It Like Beckham?
I do like the movie, so I don't mind invasive. It's a side note. This is outside of my list a little bit.
But Jacob, what do you say about Bend It Like Beckham?
I have not seen it.
Unfortunately, it's not going to make the list.
I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here. Yeah.
It happened.
I know.
But Richie, what's your next one there?
Oh yeah, cool. Oh yeah, that's right. I get two. I will go. It's a bit. I feel like this is a bit like more of a easy bit. I'll go. You talk about boxing. I'll go Ali. Think yeah. I think Will Smith does a great performance here. Jamie Foxx is really good in it. And yeah. I just think it's a really good biopic here by Michael Mann. Yeah, Michael Mann. So Ali is my second pick. Please let that be on the board.
But yeah, I think Ali is great, and we all know that Will Smith is good at hitting people. But I think I think Ali is a really good movie. I think Will Smith plays well, great. So it's going to be a yes for me. JPO, what do you say about Ali?
Hear me out. I like the movie. I don't mind if
No,
he makes it, but it's
said,
not on my list, so it's got to be a slight no.
you're-
Jacob, what do you say about Ali?
Oh man, I hate to see Richie come in late and go 0 for 2. But that's what happens when you pick movies I haven't seen, unfortunately.
I'm
This
the
is,
loneliest
this is a blind
one.
spot of mine that I need to get to.
Unfortunately, Ali's not also not going to
You-
pick the list.
Richie's the third pick. That's right. No, okay, whatever.
It comes back round to me. I don't know how this is going to go, just because I don't know how many people actually see this as a sport. But this is a sport. It does come up on a lot of sports, so I'm going to bring it on and say bring it on. Look, it is a good cheerleading movie, and I know, especially in the States, I think it's more of that do cheerleading competitions that make it more of a sport and stuff. But I think this is a really good movie. I think Kirsten Dunst is great in the movie. I think it's just a really fun movie that I always go back to every now and then. But JPO, what do you say about Bring It On?
Now, hear me out. I like the movie. I don't mind if he makes it. It's not quite on my list. It's gonna be a slight no.
Jacob, what do you say about Bring It On?
Well, first of all, I love how Richie shows up late and then I get skipped. It's fine. It's whatever. Bring It On. I like the movie. I think it's a lot of fun. I think there's some fun to be had. But yeah, just probably in that 15 to 20 range, just outside the 12. So I'm gonna give it a slight no.
And sorry for skipping. I'll go back to you, Jacob. I forgot who brought up the solid name, to be
It's fine.
honest.
I'm just it's fine.
But Richie, what do you say about Bring It On?
Yeah, it's one I hadn't thought about because I forget cheerleading technically is a sport on its own. I feel like I always think cheerleading as part of just a part of the spectacle of another sport. But it is it does take another set of skills and it is a sport on its own, and there are competitions. So I know I like this movie, and I had a crush on Kirsten Dunst, so I'd say yes.
But unfortunately, it's not going to make the list, and we're going to go back to Jacob for his next nomination.
I'm looking at let's try to get a baseball movie on the list. Let's go with Hardball. With Keanu Reeves coaching the Little League team, trying to pay off some debts. It ends up building a connection with these kids. I think there's some emotion there, especially towards the end. I think this turns out to be bigger than the sport and more about building a relationship with these kids. And I think it's just a really good movie, early 2000s. And so Hardball.
Richie, what do you say about Hardball?
Yeah, it's certainly better than the baseball movie. Other baseball movies in the 2000s thought maybe we're going to bring up. I don't mind Hardball. I've only seen it once. I need to go back to it, but I do like it. Not to give a spoiler, but Keanu Reeves could appear a couple of times. So I would.
Yeah. And I like Hardball. I think it's really good. So I'll give it a slight yes as well. But JPO, what do you say about Hardball?
All right, hear me out. No. I would have said yes, and then the Speed Racer on, so I wasn't thinking about no. But I was gonna say yes in the end, actually, anyways, because I think it deserves to be on the list. It's probably the only baseball movie I have on my head that I'll say yes to.
But that Hardball is going to make the list. JPO, JPO, we're going to go back to you.
Sure. Let's go with one of my favorite rap songs, Cinderella Man, Cinderella Man. No, yeah, Russell Crowe, Paul Giamatti, fantastic. Just a good, earnest, old school anyway for the time frame. Boxing flick. Cinderella Man.
Jacob, what do you say about Cinderella Man?
And I think Paul Giamatti's performance alone is enough to warrant a spot on this list, but everything around that too. And he's just a supporting character. But yeah, it's a really good boxing movie. Fun fact: one of my current favorite rappers, he's an independent artist. His name is Connor Price. Got to start acting in this movie. That was a fun fact I learned not too long ago. But yeah, great performances all around. 2000's had some really good, really decent fighting movies. I'm realizing that as I made this list.
Richie, what do you say about $1 Million Baby?
Or Cinderella Man.
Cinderella Man is what I meant to say.
Just answer the question, Richie.
Look, I will. I'll get to it. I really like this movie, and it's really good. Paul Giamatti is stand up, but Russell Crowe's really great as well. I know people like give shit to Renee Zellweger, but she's also really it's really good, and I think it's deserving of this list. So. As much as I don't want to give JPO a nod because I'm not going to be that petty because I will say it.
I love you as a person. I say yes to you as a person.
Well, what do you say about $1 Million Baby?
Yeah, when it comes to Cinderella Man, I really do love the movie. I think it's great. It's one of those movies that I didn't know that I'd like as much as I did, but I think it's a really good movie, and I think definitely deserving of all the awards that was nominated for that year. So it's a yes for me. So Cinderella Man is going to make the list. Jacob, we're going to go back to you.
Yeah, where are we at? We at 8. Yeah, we're at 8. Torn between 2. I think one will definitely get brought up later. So I'll go with another basketball movie. I'll go with Coach Carter. Story of Coach Carter who goes back to his high school, Richmond, to coach the team. But more than that, he goes to help these young boys. Not only succeed as athletes, but succeed more so as students and get into college. And I think it's a really, really cool true story. And seeing the growth that they have as students and as a team, working together and coming together as a team later on when, they're threatening to fire the coach and because of academics. And just seeing them come together, I think it's really heartwarming. And spoilers. Sorry, it is a 20-year-old movie though. They don't win at all. It's they end up they make the playoffs or the postseason, whatever they call it in high school, but they lose. Like and it happens. But they still go on to be successful because the academics, and they are successful student athletes and not just successful athletes. And I think it's a really cool story to share. So Coach Carter.
Richie, what do you say about Coach Carter?
Yeah, I think it's a really good movie. It's gonna get to basketball for a bit. Yeah, Coach, it's on my list, and yeah, it's got definitely. You can tell definitely got after watching the Hoosiers for the first time this year. Definitely, Coach Carter definitely has elements of that. But it's a good movie. That's a good movie to borrow from. I think early Channing Tatum as well. And I think it's the first time I saw him in films. So I would say yes.
Yeah, I love Coach Carter. I think it's a really good sort of inspirational movie there. And yeah, it's just one that I probably will go back to again. But so it's for me, JPO, what do you say about Coach Carter?
I would have said, "Hear me out." I like it, but it's not put on my list.
um, but but if that Coach Carter is going to make the list, Richie, what is your next nomination?
Do we have like one more? How many got left?
Three.
Three
Up three spots.
spots.
3 more. Okay.
You're bad at math.
This might be. I don't know. Again, I don't want to get one on the board, but I want to champion this. We'll see if people's in. I want to get a documentary on here, but it's one of the more wider seat ones. I'm gonna, because I'm the wheelchair guy. I gotta go Murderball. Murderball is a really good. It's a really good movie.
I was gonna say I know what documentary you're gonna choose, and I was like, "Oh wait, don't say you know what documentary you're gonna choose."
Yeah. So yeah, Murderball about like the USA, Canada, Murderball wheelchair rugby, that sort of rivalry. It goes into depth. It's really heartwarming, really fun. It really kind of intense at times. I back in the day, I tried Murderball. Yeah, and fuck that. That was not for me. Not for me. I'm too much of a beta. But yeah, the movie is really well shot, really well done, and yeah, it's a great sort of great snapshot of these athletes, especially Mike Zupan, the main guy. And yeah, I think it's worthy at least to discuss. So, Murderball.
Yeah, this has been a documentary we've been meaning to get to for a lot. But it's funny because New Zealand kind of ruined the ending of Murderball a bit because in the World Cup they go into like New Zealand ended up doing really good, so they ended up like mentioning it in it. But But yeah, I haven't seen it. So yeah, JPO, have you seen Murderball?
I unfortunately have not seen it.
And Jacob, have you seen Murderball?
Richie, I promise one of your picks is going to be a movie that I've seen.
I don't promise that.
We'll get there.
But
You know who has seen it? Austin. Why did you have to be busy?
It still wouldn't have made the list.
I know. I was thinking we're going to talk about it a little bit.
to be honest, I completely forgot about documentaries. Otherwise, I might have actually watched Murderball. But
Yeah.
But it's back to me, and I'm surprised it hasn't come up yet. But so I'm going to bring it up now because we've kind of not mentioned a hockey movie, and there isn't a lot of them. But Miracle, I think, is one of the really good ones that exists, and I think it's a really good movie. Well, yeah, the poster kind of spoils the movie in a way, but I think it's
I mean, the title spoils it. Like, I don't think it's gonna be called Miracle and they lose.
only if you knew the story. Like I didn't know the story, but I mean it is what it is. That stuff doesn't really bother me. I think it's I still think it's a really good movie. I think it's one that I think is a really good inspirational movie as well. So yeah, Miracle is going to be my nomination. JP, what do you say about Miracle?
I haven't seen it.
Jacob, what do you say about Miracle?
I haven't seen it.
Oh no, Richie, what do you say about Miracle?
JPO, what have you got this week? What have you got? What's next in your list? I haven't seen it.
Unfortunately, Miracle is not going to make the list. But JP, what was your next nomination?
Hey guys, I have a feeling this is my turn for having seen it. We'll see. We're going in the line of MMA fighting with Red Belt, with Jojo Ejiofor. This is from a really great screenplay. What's the fucker's name? But he's a great writer. And and no, this is it's also one of the great side performances by Tim Allen too. If you think Tim Allen is just a sitcom guy, watch this. He plays kind of a drunk former fighter. He's actually really good in it as well. And yeah, it's really intriguing. I don't necessarily know where it's going. It's a really dope film. Not seen enough. Hopefully, this group is
Jacob, what do you say about Red Belt?
Um, I haven't seen it.
Richie, what do you say about Red Belt?
I have seen it, and I do like it. I think it's an underrated movie, and yeah, like Tim Allen is pretty good at it. But yeah, the Chiwetel Ejiofor is obviously the standout, and why he's one of the best working actors today. So yes, I would say yes, but you haven't seen it, have you not?
I haven't seen it. I haven't even heard of it till now. Which I'm kind of surprised by looking at the cast, like Chiwetel Ejiofor, Tim Allen, Ed O'Neill, like all of this movie is like I'm surprised. Like it's one of those ones that I've never heard of before, but it's like I'm definitely going to check it out.
well worth it out. Yeah, hell yeah.
But Jacob, what is the next movie you're going to bring up?
All right. Hopefully, we'll get back on track with this one. JPO may have referenced it during the intros. Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby. If we're gonna have Speed Racer on here as far as a racing movie, we should probably have a good racing movie too. And one that just and I think endlessly quotable. I just think it's a lot of fun. Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly are great. This might be my favorite, collaboration of theirs. I think they're fantastic. Talladega Nights. Please tell me you guys have seen it.
But Stephen did say in the comments he has seen Red Belt. But Richie, what do you say about Talladega Nights?
I'm Steven. I watch movies.
That's a sequel to like A Knight's Tale, right? No, I've seen it. I'm not. I'm being dumb. Talladega Nights is. Oh my god! Yeah, I've seen Talladega Nights. Yes, Talladega Nights is great. I enjoy it. Incredible movie. Sacha Baron Cohen is a great villain. So yes, I would say yes. Let's get something on the board. I feel like I derailed. As soon as I came in here, I derailed the whole episode. Yeah. So yes.
But yeah, Talladega Nights I think is great. And yeah, it's definitely a really fun sort of sports comedy out there. And so yeah, it's a yes for me. JPO, what do you say about Talladega Nights?
So it was on my list, and it was off my list, but no one saw Red Belt except for Richie, so that was back on the list. I would have said yes to.
But that Talladega Nights is going to make the list. Rich, do we go back to you? What is your next nomination?
All right. Let's stick in the world of comedy, and let's go. And so let's go Longest Yard. Longest Yard. Actually, pretty decent remake here. With I mean, it appeals to us only months because it's got a lot of wrestlers in it. But it's just a fun comedy, and yeah, I think when they do get to the football, it's actually shot really well. But yeah, it's a fun time. Everyone's got good chemistry, and yeah, it's one of those ones where it was where I think it's one of the in an era where I'm saying it was more of a mixed bag than bad, and I think it's one of those good ones. So, yeah, on Longest Yard.
Yeah, I really love The Longest Yard. I think it's a really fun comedy. It's one that it's probably the Adam Sandler movie I've watched the most of his. But I think that one of these days I do tend to getting around to watching the original at some stage because just so I can compare them. But it's a yes for me. JPO, what do you say about The Longest Yard?
As one of the Shabadoo men in the community, I'm gonna have to say no.
Jacob, what do you say about The Longest Yard?
Yeah, I like it. I think it's good. Unfortunately, it's just not top 12 for me. So I'm gonna say no. But good movie.
I've never had somebody knows on an episode. It's so devastating.
But
I feel like I'm back on Tinder.
I swipe right.
Uh,
but I'm gonna try for this one. I don't think it's one of the most beloved ones in the franchise, but I still think it's good. I'm gonna bring up Rocky Balboa. I've I mean, it's one of those ones like, well, there are definitely some movies that are better than it in the Rocky franchise. I still think the Rocky franchise as a whole, like, range from decent to really good, and I think this is still like a pretty good installment. And yeah, I think um, Milo Milo Ventimiglia as the son. I don't know if I'd buy too much, but that being said, I think this story is good. So I'm gonna to see what happens here. JPO, what do you say about Rocky Balboa?
Yeah, I've always been a Rocky Balboa fan. So yeah, this is on my list. I think it's a good entry of just you have that one more big fight left in you, and I think Milo's pretty good actually here. I think the whole point is that he's not quite his father, and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
Jacob, what do you say about Rocky Balboa?
I really enjoyed this one. Yeah, I think it's one of the better entries in the franchise as far as like Rocky goes, not counting Creed. I think this, for me personally, has a strong case for that, second or third. I really enjoy it. I yeah, I think the performances are good. I do want to say though, I think some of the nicknames they come up with are kind of stupid. Mason the Line Dixon. That's a stupid name. That's dumb. I I don't like that. That almost makes me want to say no. But everything else is really good, so I can forgive that. I'm gonna say yes.
Richie, what do you say about Rocky Balboa?
yeah, I do really like that this film a lot, and yeah, I think it's do think it gets a bit underrated, but yeah, I think it's a worthy addition of of that franchise and one of the better Rocky films. It's interesting that like I think Stallone likes these like just calling these movies like instead of like calling it well basically like he's got like Rambo coming out, right? Another Rambo coming out, right? But instead of like Rambo or whatever, it's John Rambo. So this is just Rocky Balboa. Just extend the name. So yeah, I would say yes. I'd love you to return the favor at some point.
Hey, I've suggested most of yours, Richie. But
Those darn Americans, though.
Rocky Balboa is going to make the list. JPO, what is your next nomination?
Got one spot left, guys.
Yeah, and let's go to a movie that spawned a long running TV show that I never saw, but I saw the movie finally and really quite dug it. Friday Night Lights. Just another good semi gritty, semi hopeful, even, but like shows the pratfalls of a town that just cares that much about football. And Thorne's really good actually, and yeah, it's a tight film. Get some young stars you see later on in life. So Friday Night Lights is my nomination.
Um, Jacob, what do you say about Friday Night Lights?
Yeah, I think it's good. Um, it's been a while since I've seen it. Probably due for a rewatch. I do remember really enjoying it, but yeah, outside of the 12 for me. Um, so I'm gonna say no.
Richie, what do you say about Friday Night Lights?
Yeah, uh, I'm more like affiliated with like the TV show, but the movie is good. I was hoping he would uh, bring out one that was easy to say no to, just to be petty, but it is uh, uh, hmm, I'll leave it up to Malcolm. Yes.
Um, yeah, unfortunately, I just haven't seen it. I couldn't find it streamed anywhere for me. Otherwise, I would have watched it for this. Um, but um, but yeah, it's not going to make the list, unfortunately. Jacob, we're going to go back to you.
Yeah, we got a lot, a few repeat sports on here. Let's try to get another like unique sport on the list. Let's go with dodgeball, a true underdog story. I think this movie is hilarious. I think Ben Stiller is fantastic. Vince Vaughn is great. The dodgeball training scenes are hilarious. The cameos that we see, the commentary when we get to the tournament and ESPN the Ocho, which I believe is a real thing now. I think that's fantastic. Yeah, and it's just a lot of fun about a sport that is a lot of fun to play. And I think yeah, it's just some really good comedy, some really good quotes. So dodgeball.
Richie, what do you say about dodgeball?
Uh, yeah, yeah, it's weirdly of how I forgot about this, and it's like one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite sports movies. I definitely I keep it like I want to know definitively if they're making a sequel or not. I don't know what's happening. Uh, but yeah, this movie is the performances are great. I think Alan Tudyk as the pirate is my favorite, and yeah, no, it's fun. So I would say yes.
Um, yeah, I get to meet Alan Tudyk in a few weeks because he's going to be in New Zealand. But I love dodgeball. I think dodgeball is great. And yeah, when I was making this list, it fell in the range of like yeah, I would say yes if it came up, but it's like wasn't one I probably would bring up myself. But I think dodgeball's great. I said it's a yes to me. JPO, what do you say about dodgeball?
Dodgeball would have been no personally.
But that dodgeball is going to make the list, and that's going to close out the 12. Uh, but Richie, did you have any honorable mentions?
Yes, few. Blindside, where it's kind of more controversial now because it might have been bullshit. It probably was. But yeah, probably wouldn't have made the list. But Shaolin Soccer, it's going to be fun. Yeah, and but I yeah, like We Are Marshals, all right. Uh, Blue Crush is a decent surfing movie. I know that just I would never have brought this up, but like because it's like yeah, so no one would have seen it. But if you haven't checked out, there's a Australian documentary narrated by Russell Crowe called Bra Boys. It's really good. Um, Wimbledon is decent. Uh, yeah, Semi Pro. I like Semi Pro, and but yeah, that's pretty much. I and Lords of Dogtown is a good movie too.
How many damn honorable mentions you got, Jersey?
Um, for me, a couple of ones I would have brought up. The Rookie, starring Dennis Quaid, I think is pretty good. I got the feeling Neville will receive no to Seabiscuit. I really do enjoy Seabiscuit. I think it's a really good horse racing movie.
Oh, horse
Um,
shit.
um, one that came up on a few lists. I guess it's considered a sports movie, but Hot Rod has come up on a few lists. Like on sports movies, I found when I was doing some research for this. I don't know if it fully counts. Otherwise, I might have brought it up. But
Eh.
It's a sport. That's just straight up entertainment, I would think. They don't even really compete normally.
I was about to say if
Just
there
oh
was
yeah,
a competition in it, I would have leaned
yeah,
more towards. But since he was just doing it
that's a
alone,
one guy and entertainment thing. So yeah, otherwise, yeah, movie wise, yes. Sports, I don't know. I don't even got any on my list.
yeah. No, as I said, I get the argument. This was like I said, like why I didn't bring it up. But and then I think One Fat Boy One is a very underrated movie.
I like that movie a lot.
Yeah, I don't know what
But
that either.
but j- running is a sport.
I didn't try. I didn't even think about it. Damn.
so yeah, but JPO, what are some other movies that you hit?
Yeah, I really like the football film Invincible with Mark Wahlberg. Joining the team kind of later in life. The hometown guy, and also my boy Dov Davidoff is in it. Um, and we kept going. Speaking of wrestling, Nacho Libre. Anybody? Come on, Nacho Libre. And then the other two that no one has mentioned yet, I do like Fever Pitch. I think it's a nice rom com that lucked out with its ending. Like, they figured the team was going to lose like they always do. And they got to have kind of an even happier ending because this team actually wins because they actually did it in real life, which is kind of crazy. And then The Replacements with Keanu, another Keanu good sport film of the 2000s. Is a good one.
I think Piz would have disowned you if you tried getting Nacho Libre on the list.
That's fine. He's
Uh,
wrong.
Jacob, what are some honorable mentions that you would have put up?
yeah, one that I probably would have been alone on, but I really enjoy it just on a personal level. Grind, the skateboarding movie. Um, if Dodgeball was shot down, made its way back to me. I would have tried for Ip Man. I think it's a really good martial arts movie. And then Radio with Cuba Gooding Jr. I think is a really good football movie.
Radio, tell me
Uh,
everything.
but some that we got pop up in the chat. Just try and bring up ones that haven't been mentioned. Got Like Mike, Golden, Constant, greatest game ever played. Leo brought up Legend of Big Advance, Undisputed. And Stephen, I did bring up Invictus. The other two hadn't seen it and was here at the time.
No, I saw it.
Uh,
It was just like no.
oh, but we got Resurrecting the Champ, Price of Glory, Maids of Glory. Brian Britt brought up The Ringer. I don't know if Stephen has
I
seen.
can't do it. I can't. I have a soft spot for that movie, but I can't do that.
Uh,
I don't know if that's direct sport either. It's sport-ish. I guess it's
He
sport-ish.
infiltrates sports, but it's not. There's no particular sport in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if Stephen is serious with this next one, but he brought up Cars.
Go fuck yourself.
That's not. I mean, like they have a race, but it's like it's not like.
I thought that this would belong on the list anyway.
Yeah.
What's a movie of
But
some movie of all time?
but with that, it's time to actually rank the ones that did make our list. Just to recap what we've got on here, we've got The Wrestler, we've got Speed Racer, we got Remember the Times, we've got Glory Road, we've got Ready to Rumble, we've got Hardball, we've got Million Dollar Baby, we got Cinderella Man, we've got Coach Carter, we've got Talladega Nights, we've got Rocky Balboa, and we've got Dodgeball. So I've got a few good ones here. JPO, what do you have for number 12?
Glory Road.
Jacob, what do you have for number 12?
Ready to Rumble.
Richie, what do you have for 12?
I'll say Glory Road because it's the only one that's on here I haven't seen.
And I went Coach Carter, but it's going to be Glory Road.
I hate you guys.
Love you, buddy. You're really gonna hate me because my next one's also yours.
That was my number 5. Nah, I'm just glad it's on the list. Half the list is mine, so I'm.
And you should be glad Richie wasn't here because it actually wouldn't have been on the list then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, way to show up late, Richie. Thank you.
And that's all
Yeah, I was
right.
gonna say, thank you. Don't get mad at him. Thank him for that.
You usually get mad at me, but thank you for thank my tardiness. Yeah, your mic's up.
I read your lips though. I'm still gonna stick with Ready to Rumble.
Richie?
I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go Speed Racer here. I think it's alright, but not it.
I agree with Speed Racers unless Malcolm agrees with Ready to Rumble. It's Speed Racer.
I'm gonna stick with Coach Carter.
But I would Coach Carter.
Speed Racer.
Again, I'm just glad it made the list. I'm surprised it wasn't number 12.
Well, I've seen it. That's why it goes the bump above Glory Road.
But Richie, what do you have for 10?
10. Let's go. I think 10's a good spot for Ready to Rumble.
I'm sticking with Coach Carter, JPO.
Dodgeball.
And Jacob.
Ready to Rumble.
Ready to Rumble is going to be at 10. For number 9, I've got Coach Carter. JPO, what do you have for 9?
Dodgeball.
Jacob, what do you have for 9?
Dodgeball.
And Richie.
I would add Hardball.
But Dodgeball is going to be at 9.
You're going to type in the full title?
No. But JPO, what do you have for 8?
Coach Carter.
Jacob.
Hardball.
Richie.
Hardball.
I went Coach Carter, so I've got a 2-way tie. So, chat, the first comment that puts either Coach Carter or Hardball will be the one that decides what ends up at 8. And Leo and said Hardball.
Really? Put your hand in the air if you were a true player.
Hardball is going to be at 8. Jacob, what do you have at 7?
Rocky Balboa.
Richie.
That's where I was heading. Rocky Balboa.
We really going to have to do this chat again, Coach Carter.
Go to the chat, Coach Carter. Go to the chat.
So we've got Coach Carter or Rocky Balboa for 7. The first comment I see will decide what ends up at 7. And Leo picked them again, but it's overwhelmingly Coach Carter anyway. So
you guys are high.
But Coach Carter is going to be at 7. But Richie, what do you have for 6?
Rocky Balboa. You got to change your board. You
Yeah,
like to think of the same thing,
Still Coach Carter.
don't
Carter again.
No, I'm actually going to remember the Titans. JPO, what do you have for 6?
Yo, Adrian! Oh, wait. Is she dead in this one? Or she's still alive?
She's alive.
Oh, never mind. But yeah, I'm still going Remarkable.
Jacob,
Rocky Balboa.
but Rocky Balboa is going to be at 6. I'm sticking with Remember the Titans. JPO.
Wait, number 5? Yeah, number 5. Talladega Nights.
Jacob.
Cinderella Man.
Richie.
Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights is going to be at 5.
Those are that and Cinderella Man are right next to each other on my list. I was torn.
You like Natalie and Brule.
I wish you got to before I could get to it.
But moving on to 4, just to recap what we've got left, we've got Cinderella Man, we've got $1 Million Baby, we've got Remember the Titans, and we've got The Wrestler.
She had one in wonder. She ever do anything ever again?
JPO, what do you have it for?
I'm talking about Natalie and Brule. We will go with Cinderella Man.
Jacob, what do you have it for?
Cinderella Man.
Richie, what do you have it for?
I'll go the Tommy Richmond song, $1 Million Baby. There you go.
I remember the Titans, but Cinderella Man is going to be at number 4. Sorry, Stephen, but we disagree. But Jacob, what do you have at 3?
$1 Million Baby.
Richie,
$1 Million Baby.
sticking with Remember the Titans. JPO.
Wah, I'm rich. Get it? $1 Million Baby.
So the thing.
That $1 Million Baby is going to be at 3, and this time we're going to go straight to number 1, and it's between The Wrestler and Remember the Titans. But Richie, what do you have for number 1?
The Wrestler.
I'm also going The Wrestler. JPO.
Aid warms my cockles. The best sports film is officially The Wrestler. Fudge, yeah.
And Jacob, what do you have for number 1?
I really want to remember the Titans.
That's why you're not on Thursday show anymore.
Remember the Titans helped end racism for a year. And then,
Yeah, but The Wrestler showed on me.
You don't really want to remember the Titans.
Yeah.
You're right, JPO. You convinced me. I was wrong.
There you go. Hey, you should have signed up, Steven. Shut up. Quit Longhorn or wherever you are.
But with that, our top 12 sports movies of the 2000s. At 12, we got Glory Road. At 11, we got Speed Racing.
Yeah.
At 10, we got Ready to Rumble. At 9, we got Dodgeball. At 8, we got Hardball. At 7, we got Coach Carter. At 6, we got Rocky Balboa. At 5, we got Talladega Nights. At 4, we got Cinderella Man. At 3, we got $1 Million Baby. At 2, we got Remember the Titans. And number 1, we've got The Wrestler. But that brings us to the end of another episode of Rankum. Next week is going to be top 12 crime movies of the 2010s. It should be a lot of fun. But JPO, where can people find you online?
Well, in about an hour, you can find me Molly Whopping Richie on Lights Out. As if he showed up on time. Hey, Richie, remember Daylight Savings for that episode, will ya? I'm just joking. Richie will probably win. But, yeah, and then me and Richie, and then sometimes Barber and the Pez. We do wrestling every Thursday in Lonely Marks. That's been a lot of fun. That's what I said, Steven. That's why he's not invited most weeks. Just kidding. He's usually busy. But I was going to say because I don't invite you. And then Mondays now is long time, first time. I believe we said 7 o'clock. So that's when you want to tune in, talk about movies you've seen recently. Everyone here is invited. Everyone in the world is invited. We've even had trolls sometimes. It's been quite weird and fun. I fired Brandon Furtado. And then yeah, the first go, Pierce Wrestling, Real Pro Wrestling. We'll be uploading September's event here pretty soon. Yeah. Thanks for having me, Malcolm.
And that's how you know you've made it in YouTube, is when you start getting trolls in the comments.
Hey man, yeah. And live on video too. We've had a couple interesting call-ins, yeah.
But Jacob, where can people find you online?
Yeah, not much anymore. I pop up from time to time here when you'll have me, JPO's channel, when he'll have me doing drafts or whatever. And then yeah, Thursdays, Lonely Marks at 10 o'clock, talking some wrestling.
Richie, where can people find you online?
You can, find me taking on JPO and Lights Out, where we will not be talking about sports just by default, because
if we can help it,
Oh yeah, that'll be embarrassing. Hopefully, and Wheel of Movies, me and Pez every other Thursday before then, right? We next week we're talking about They Live, the Roddy Piper movie. So yeah, it should be fun. And then Lonely Marks, probably doing our fantasy cards, looking ahead to things like Crown Jewel and all that jazz.
But you can find me on Take Through Darkness hosting Rankin every week. Next week is going to be Top 12 Crime Movies of the 2010s. You can also find me on my personal channel hosting Spear from the Past. But as my dog sees something outside that interests him, but next episode of the past will be WrestleMania 12. Eventually, I'll actually do it. I've just been really busy lately. And you can also find me probably.
You see me Ring of Honor.
Find me probably up here and there on the Movie Hero Network. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be on the horror non-franchise tier ranker, as well as the horror franchises episode this week's. And yeah, but that is the end of ranking for this week. Until next time, keep watching movies. So.